Hi everyone, welcome back to Jojo's Fish Keeping. This is Jose again. This particular video is just to take you through a little journey of a small project of building a 20-gallon rack slash cabinet to house some breeding pair that I have and some grow out tanks, which I will show you in a little bit. Let me know at the end what you think and in the comments below regarding whether you like this or not. Thank you for watching. As I may or may have not mentioned in the past, all my tanks are within the dining room adjoining the living room in an apartment in New York City. So I have currently 8 tanks and there's 2 more larger ones coming. So I'll be 10 plus or minus a few more that I'll be able to put into this rack. I had 3 breeding pairs of discus. We currently have one 20-gallon tank with about 144 babies, which I took a picture and counted the other day. I have a quarantine tank, a 10-gallon treatment tank, and a 5.5-gallon Cory tank that have been breeding, having babies. I have some babies from them. So I wanted to just to accommodate these tanks and move them from the current position. I have them in the living room in a server, which is 4 feet by 24 or 18 actually, which fits perfectly a 75-gallon tank, which I'm planning to use that as a grow tank for the discus, and possibly later do a cichlid tank. I'm thinking the idea of what I want to do, or whether I just continue to add more discus to the 75-gallon tank. Behind me is a 120-gallon tank, and I'm planning to get another 110, 120-gallon that is a little bit taller to house some of the discus and separate them out from this community tank behind me. Following with this little journey, the next video is just going to be probably about a 1.5 minute time-lapse process of the build for the cabinet, and I'll explain it as I go along. So thanks again for watching, and just follow me for a couple of minutes through the time-lapse, and then I'll show you the tanks. Thank you. I was looking for a pre-made cabinet that I can house 2 20-gallon tank. I was looking to move the 2 20-gallon tank that I was on top of a server that I'm planning to use to put in a 75-gallon. So I found this frame. It's supposed to be for a 40-gallon tank. I will talk through part of the time lapse as during the construction process for the cabinet. My wife gave me the idea because I wanted to use these 2 times 20-gallon tanks to use, so that I could put in where currently they were being housed, to put a 75-gallon tank there to use as a grow tank for the discus babies. And she said, well, why don't you just build a cabinet, because that rack that you saw would just sit high. It was so low on the ground. It would be nicer if you could just put them at eye level for viewing, since this is in the living room. So I said I thought that was not a bad idea. Also, I could use the additional storage space. You could never have storage space in an apartment. So that's the idea that that I went with. I found these 2 doors that were thrown away in the building. They did some kitchen remodeling, so they were thrown away. So I used them instead of making panel doors. I just refinished those. My daughter again is helping me here with the staining. She likes doing stuff with me and always asking to help. So this was always to try to get her involved. It's therapeutic for her, certainly, and she likes learning and she likes doing stuff. So I had a lot of fun doing this project, and it's a lot of satisfaction. I love woodworking. I can do a lot of stuff, and so this was a fun part. I had done one of the previous cabinets for the 65-gallon earlier, and I'm planning to do the cabinet for a 120-gallon tall discus tank that I'm planning to use, and I have to remake the 60-gallon tank, because the cabinets that come with these things are very very cheaply made, and they start kind of falling apart and taking water. So this one, I see the metal frame is already attached to the bolted in there, so there was no movement certainly of all the tanks in the water. There's still a platform that I need to build at the bottom part there to extend so that I can sit 20 gallons on end. At the top there was, since it was just the metal frame, I added that platform also so that it allows me to put the 10-gallon tanks that I'm planning to put at the top. So that was a lot of fun doing this. You will see soon the completed project and where the thing was. This is just other views of the thing. This is the area where I'm planning to put that cabinet there. This I had I think that's a 5.5 gallon that I have some quarries that have been producing babies. So I had them there, and then I said I could utilize the space. One of the things that I'm planning to do is this. These two 20 gallons are being housed in this server here. We certainly don't use it as a server, but it's basically a fish tank cabinet. I have fish tank supplies there, water change equipment, a pump, and I am going to do a slight modification at the top that it will hold a 75 gallon tank. So this is a space previously, the 5.5 gallon tank there, and on the right is a 10 gallon on a small cabinet to current finish cabinet with the metal frame added to the cabinet that I built with storage space. This is certainly a lot more appealing to the eyes. The little 5.5 gallon tank that is next to the left of the 20s. I told my daughter that that's going to be her special project tank. So probably will house one beta and a couple of small tetras in there. So I said that's going to be your tank to keep, to maintain. You're going to choose a fish. So she's very excited about that. I said the rest of the tank are her tanks anyway. So this one is a special little project for her. So again, this was a lot of fun doing this. Certainly looks a lot more pleasant. So the next project is now that I empty the space where the tanks were, I will have to build a platform on top just to adequately hold a 75 gallon. And again, just make alterations so that the finished product looks okay. This is just a closer look at the cabinet. I like to use these rubber pads underneath just for water protection on the wood. The other one is a temporary gray pad that I put on there, but those I hope that I find that it protects. This is the colony of 8 quarries that have been producing babies. Cable management, I tried my best, but again, there's so much you can do with all the cables and the lines. The controllers I use, these are the baby discs again. I tried putting it underneath a blue cover, but it didn't stay well. So next time I do a water changer, when I move that tank, I will just fix that again so that it just, I was going to try, it's a blue cover, I wanted to try it at the bottom, but it doesn't stick well. It doesn't look nice. And this is a quarantine tank with that discs that I found and had to have it. And that's the little 5.5 gallon tank that is going to be my daughter's, my 7-year-old project. I have a lot of storage space there. I have to make little shelves at the side just to hold some supplies. Cable management, again, did the best I could. There's a lot of stuff there, and make it a little neater, but it's still, there's only so much you can do. It's again another view of the tank from a distance, and the storage space in use now. I was able to finally have a good place for the buckets, that it's out of the way. Everything fits 3 large buckets there, all the nets and a few other things there. So it's nice to have the space and not have it around for my wife to have all the clutter on the side somewhere. So I hope you enjoy the video almost as much as I enjoy making it. Please make any comments below. Thank you. If you have not done so yet, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share if you find that these contents are useful. Thank you.